Hi everyone, welcome back to Map TV. For today's video, we will be constructing our very own sailboats. Now for this activity, you're going to need a few materials. You're going to need a plastic water bottle or a plastic soda bottle. You can use a pool noodle that's cut like so. Or you can use a sponge, which is what we will be using for this video. Now, more material you're going to need some white cardstock like I have here, or you can use white construction paper. You are also going to need some straws. They can be bendy, they can be unbendy, up to you. You're also going to need some wooden skewers. You're going to need also some pencils, markers, and crayons, some clear tape, scissors, and you're going to want a container that you can fill up with water. That can be your bathtub, it can be a sink, or it can be like a little tub that you can fill with water. Right, now the first step, you're going to want to draw and cut out a triangle, and that's going to be your sail. Now the sail is just the part of the sailboat or ship that controls where the boat goes using wind, and that's just point of sail. So point of sail, how the boat moves with the sail, with the wind moving through it. So as you can see here, I've already decorated and colored my sail. So you can do that however you want to do. Now I'm just going to cut it out real quick. Now if you're a bit younger, you might want to get an adult's help with cutting, because scissors are very sharp and we don't want you guys to hurt yourselves. So let's do this. The cuts don't have to be perfect. You just want to make sure you get your triangle. Now if you draw it, you don't want it to be too small, but you don't want it to be too big either, because that will definitely have an impact on how well or not your boat sails. All right, so we're almost done with that. All right, cut it out. Now the next step, you're gonna want to get your wooden skewer. Now your wooden skewer is gonna act like the mast. Now the mast is just the upright post that the sail connects to that helps the boat to control where it's going. Now on your sail, you're gonna wanna, on the top part here, and kind of like in the bottom section here, you're gonna wanna poke 2 holes. And again, you might wanna get an adult help, because you will be sticking something that's kind of sharp into it, and we don't want you guys to hurt yourselves. Just be careful when you poke it, because you don't want the hole to be too big, because if it's too big, the skewer is just going to slide right on through, and you're going to have to start all over again. Alright, I got the first hole, now I'm getting this one. Alright, so you're going to want to make sure the skewer sticks out in the back of it. You don't want it in the front, you want it to face out in the back. Alright, got that in. So it's going to look kind of something like this. Maybe you want it a little bit higher onto that wooden skewer. Now the next step, you're going to want to get your sponge here. You can use pretty much any kind of sponge. And then once you have it, you're just going to want to poke your hole through it. Poke your skewer into the hole. Have it stick throughout like that. And the sponge acts like the ship, or the hull of the ship. Now the hull of the ship is just the ship in its entirety. It's the sides, it's the bottom, it's the deck, which is the part that you walk on. But the hull does not include like things like engine or extra material that the boat may carry. Now the reason why we want to use a sponge, or like I said, a bottle or the pool noodle, is because you're going to want to have buoyancy. Now buoyancy is just an object's ability to float on water and not sink or tip over and sink. All right, next step, we are going to put this in water and see if we can get it to sail.
Alright, what's up guys? This is Mr. Hayden. This is for the 4th through 6th graders doing the rain gutter regatta. So I'm going to show you how to make the sailboat, and then we're going to go test the buoyancy outside. So first you're going to want to take your skewer, and in like a half of a pool noodle, you're going to stick the skewer pointing straight up with the pointy side up, and then you're going to take the larger of the sails, parts of the sail, and you're gonna wanna feed it in like this. You can color them or make whatever design you would like on there, but just make sure that you have at least 3. Let's see. Okay. So now you have the sails on the mast, which is the stick, and so you'll stick it into your pool noodle, and which is the hull of the boat, and then we're going to go test the point of sail. And see which way the boat goes based on the direction of the wind, as well as the buoyancy in terms of whether it will float or not.
Hey guys, it's Mr. Tyler. If you're in middle school, these are the material you're going to use. You're going to use 2 bottles, a skewer, and then the sail that you have. So the 3 main vocabulary words are the hull, which is going to be our 2 bottles. These are going to be like the body of the boat. We're going to have the mast. This is going to be the pole, the skewer, and then you're going to use 2 sails so it catches more wind. So first you're going to take your 2 bottles and tape them together. Okay, take your skewer, put the 2 sails on. And then stick your skewer into the middle of the 2 bottles. Now we're gonna go outside to test it. All right guys, we're outside now. We're gonna check for buoyancy and point of sail. So it floats and it sails.
Alright, we're going to test the point of sail and whether it will float or not. So we'll test the buoyancy first. It stays. Alright, so now we're going to test to see if it will go based on the direction of the wind. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's going. The wind will set its sail or whatever. And it stops. Ta-da! And it made it to the end, just like it was supposed to.
Alright guys, we're outside, we got our water, we got our sailboat and straw. Let's see if we can get this to float and sail. Alright, so it's floating, and we have the wind on our side, so that's pretty good. Now let's see if we can get it across this whole way. It's pretty much going by itself, which is what we want. Alright, it's going, it's going. We got a little stuck. Let's fix that. There we go. Alright, we pretty much got it across the whole way, and that pretty much concludes this video. But before I go, I want to know, were you guys able to get your boat to float? And if so, were you able to sail it across your water? And if not, what would you do differently in order to get it to float and sail? And that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.